What used to be considered trashy, but now is very classy. Tattoos. Tattoos, Andreas. I tell you what, back in the 70s, 80s, even the 90s, mate, if you were caught having tattoos, they automatically assumed you were a convict, that you were in jail and you got those tattoos done and you're a bad person and people should stay away from you. Man, how times have changed. I got my first tattoo almost a decade ago, 2010. And bit by bit, I added. I'm not the type of person where he goes all out and just gets a massive design done and sits in a chair for 8-hour sessions. I'm someone who went bit by bit. And I finally got there. You look at me now, you're thinking, holy crap, you know, my upper arms are covered. And I plan on working on my upper back. And I've still got a bit of canvas where my shoulders are to add a few more meaningful things. I never used to be for tattoos, Andreas. I never used to be. But I came to see it as an art. It's a form of art. It's a form of expression. And in today's age, it's become the norm. But back then, they looked at you like you murdered their next door neighbor. Oh, I tell ya, how we have evolved.
I've read quite a bit about that and have heard from people's experiences over the years. They used to believe that pretty much anybody who got a tattoo back in the day were either convicts or were in the army, from my understanding. And yeah, it's changed quite a bit. I also got my tattoo same year as you. I haven't gotten anything else since then. I just got one on my upper right arm. I do want to get more, but yeah, over the years, I always say, I want to get this, I want to get that, I want to get this. I'm just one of those individuals. I've got to think hard before I do something so permanent. The second thing I was going to say is jeans. I didn't know this until recently, but jeans were actually very cheap back in the day. They were used by mostly labourers. They were considered clothing for the lower class. And as you know now, it's become a fashion statement. I mean, it's been around the mainstream for quite a few years, and it can be considered classy. I mean, you won't see them at, you know, black tie events, but you can use jeans to have a classy outfit. This is something I didn't know, and yeah, did a bit of research on it, and it's something that I found really, really interesting. So, what's your opinion on that?
That whole thing with the jeans is very interesting. Look, I love jeans. Well, oh, I kind of hesitated when I said that, but no, I love jeans. They're just so uncomfortable. I can't wear them under house. I hate wearing them, but I love them. When I chuck them on, I love them. It makes me look really nice. To think they used to be used, you know, for, you know, labourers to wear, that's so fascinating. It never occurred to me. I just imagined jeans were another way, you know, of dressing up and looking nice. Wow, that's really, really cool to know. That's yeah, that's fascinating. Because if we don't have jeans, what else do we have? Apart from wearing, you know, some nice pants with a suit, you know, you got trackies. That's what you got if you don't have jeans. And I tell you what, trackies cop so much shit. I've seen chicks that look amazing in trackies. They look fucking hot in trackies. Guys can rock trackies pretty nice as well. We can walk down the street, maybe not me, but other people that look like fucking Chris Hemsworth, they can, walk down the fucking street, grab a coffee and wear, trackies, and every fucking woman, in the vicinity wants to fuck him. But when I wear trackies, I don't look like Chris Hemsworth. I just look like a fucking bum under a bridge at some place in New York City. And yeah, I'll tell you, if I could be a bum in New York City, I'm doing okay in that lifestyle. I'm not a bum in Skid Row. I'm a bum in New York City under a bridge. Yeah, at least we get to see some lights. Now the snowflakes are going to get upset that I'm making fun of homelessness. I love to wear trackies. I love trackies, Andreas. Trackies are so comfortable to wear, but they make you look like a bum. And I've tried to stick with jeans as much as I don't want to wear them. As great as I look in them, as much as I don't want to wear them though. Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Those 3 big nights a week, I decide to wear jeans. Because Friday you're going to go out, quite possibly. Saturday you're definitely going to go out. And Sunday you might pop out again, to have some dinner with a friend, Sunday evening. So you got to wear jeans. Every other day, from Monday to Thursday, trackies. I just don't give a fuck. I wear trackies. But you don't know who you're going to bump into. You can be out on a Tuesday night or a Thursday night or a Wednesday night. You can be out in the middle of the week and bump into someone you haven't seen in a very long time, and they're going to see you wearing trackies. They're going to think, this is how this guy dresses. Then again, I don't give a fuck what people think under us. I don't give 2 shits. But, if you want to look good, you're not looking good to look, in the mirror and say, hey, look at me. You're looking good so you can go out and people can see how you look. So when people make, the statement, well, I don't care what people think, well, you do, because you're going out to impress people with your appearance. That's what it is. Plain and simple. When someone loves how we look, oh yeah, awesome, oh, they really liked it. When someone doesn't like how we look, oh, I don't care what they think. You always care. It's just when it's negative, it's like, fuck them. So yeah, so I try to wear jeans even during the week so I can look presentable, because, looking presentable doesn't discriminate whether it's a Friday, over the weekend or during the week. It doesn't discriminate. You're going to look the way you look 7 days a week if someone spots you. Then again, most people might think, well, it's during the week, he's meeting up with a friend to have a coffee session, he's not going to fucking dress up like he's going to a fucking, reception. And at a reception you can wear jeans as well. Jeans, collared shirt, it's amazing. Jeans are pretty good. And you can wear it, and casually, and it looks really nice. I can't believe how bloody uncomfortable they are. Well, because they're denim, and leather, and that's not very comfortable to wear. Sweatpants, as the Americans like to call them, they're very fucking comfortable. Trackies are incredibly comfortable. You don't get anything more comfortable than trackies, unless you're wearing perhaps shorts in summer. But trackies are the way to go in winter. They're just so comfortable. Man, definitely didn't know about the labourers wearing them. That's very, very fascinating to find out. And now it's become a fashion statement, just like everything else, really. The tattoos. We're both from Crete. Man, my mum's from Crete, my dad was from Peloponnese. I'm a Crete boy, mate. I'm from Crete. And I went there in 2016, and my cousin Irene and I went down to the village. You can see where I'm going with this. Everyone knows where I'm going with this. The minute they hear village, village people, where you from? The fucking village, fuck man, you're so old fashioned. Yeah, old fashioned, that's not a myth, mate, that's not a myth. We went down to the village, the Hogyo, all right, and a few ladies saw me. They would have been in their 60s, yeah, and a few younger ones too, so age is no excuse. There was a few in their 40s, you know, and they were having coffee, and then they saw us. Yeah, they said hi to Irene, and they're thinking, who the fuck is this? Did you bail him out of jail? Are you a good, humanitarian? What have you done? Who is this? That's my cousin Johnny. Hey, Tiganis, yeah, how are you? But for the first 5 minutes, they were eyeing us off from like 300 meters away, because they lived a few blocks down. They're thinking, who is this motherfucker? What the fuck is he doing in our village in Crete? The fuck? And as soon as they found out who I was, they were cool, or they came across cool anyway. Who knows what they were saying afterwards when we left. But, from where we were, their expressions, Andreas, it's like I murdered their daughters. It's like I hacked up their daughters and threw their body parts in the ocean. Their faces, Andreas, were just, indescribable. You could not describe the look on these women's faces when they saw me with the tats. And you'll get that a lot still. If there's don't get me started on religion, a religious family, maybe not all, but a grand majority sitting at the table, and you're having family dinner. Their daughter's met this lovely guy, it's you, and you're going to family dinner, and you got tats at the table. If you go to a church, whether someone's baptizing their child, someone's getting married, and they just want to do it traditionally in a church. It doesn't have to be religious. This is a topic for another time, but most people I've found are just culturally religious, not because they actually believe that an invisible man in the sky exists. That's a story for another time. But you go to all these places where it's taboo to have tats on you. And you wouldn't go to these places even in today's age, because you get a lot of people that are just going to look at you and think, it's not just tats, it's with the fire red hair and the piercings, in your nose and on your lip. You wouldn't go to these places. But these places have been asked backwards for fucking decades on end, almost a century, which is really fucking sad. It's always been like that. But it's good to see, and it was expected also, for people in the last 30 years to completely shift their opinion on what they find, seemingly bad, because it's just ink. It's ink on skin, and it's become an art, and it's become a form of expression. And you don't have to be scared of someone with tattoos anymore. It doesn't mean they got him in jail because they had nothing else to do, so they got, some unsterilized fucking piece of metal, with ink that goes through it, and they did it in the jail cell because they had, 30 years of time to spare. So, yeah, I love how people can be open-minded and how people can change with the times and realize that, a lot of stuff is perfectly all right. Now, it doesn't happen with all people, but that's just how it is. That's society for you. And I was going to say, you're not going to win them all. Heck, you'll be lucky if you win half.
Back to the what you were saying about the jeans. Yes, you can wear them pretty much anywhere. You summed it up perfectly. I've got to say, I've never worn leather pants, so I don't know what they feel like. And yeah, trackies or sweatsuits or whatever they call them, the most comfortable pants in the world. Too bad I can't wear it everywhere. If I go for a coffee, at some, everyday cafe with my mates. Different story, but you can't really do too much more with them other than, obviously going for a jog or going to the gym, or wearing it around the house. And yeah, look, with the tattoos, I agree with you. It's good that that society has sort of changed the view on that. Um, I do believe that some tattoos are very, very classy. I personally wouldn't really give a shit if somebody ever didn't like me because of my tattoo. Like, that for me is a sign that this person doesn't deserve any of my time. So, there it is. But I wanna throw in something else into this conversation and see what your view is on this. Something that could have seemed as trashy back in the day, but classy now. Beards. And what I mean by beards, I don't mean mustaches. Like a lot of, people used to have back in the day, like the Monopoly man. Or, some presidents in America, or some, fighters back in the day in wars that had them. I'm talking about beards. I don't know enough about this, but you watch movies that were around, the 20s and the 30s and the 40s, and you don't really see many people with beards. And when you do, they're usually the bad people, or like the pirates, or the people in prison, or the murderers. You look at, pretty much, and I could be wrong here, but all the biggest movie stars back in the day, and none of them had beards. I mean, Charlie Chaplin had a little Hitler mustache, but nobody had beards. And now, I'm not necessarily saying it's classy now, but if it's well groomed and you use the right shampoo, like I do use the right shampoo. My girlfriend got me that for Christmas. And you use the oil and you use the wax, I truly believe that it can be seen as classy. So I'm just really curious about your opinion on that.
Mate, beards are awesome. I don't care what anyone else says, obviously with half a brain, beards are absolutely fucking fantastic. You get so many people, women, 100% women, because nobody else fucking says this, only women, because really what the fuck do women know about a type? Women will say, oh my gosh, go and shave. Oh, that beard's gotta go. Oh, at least trim it right down. They have no fucking clue. A lot do. But every other woman doesn't have a fucking clue. It's a 100% ratio of dumb bitches. You do get women though, that are smart. We're not going to include those ones. They're awesome. They're fantastic. They're wonderful. They're brilliant. They're phenomenal. They have a brain. We're talking about the dumb fucking broads that don't have one. And it's 100%. 100% ratio. There isn't one fucking dumb bitch that'll turn around and say, hey, that beard looks nice. They'll just say, oh, go and have a shave. Oh, you look like an old man. Oh, because they just don't get it under us. Like a lot of things women don't get in general. I might sound like a misogynist, but fuck, it's a fact. If the grass is green, and we say the grass is green, are we going to get labelled as something awful because we state that the grass is green? You know, it is what it is. The only reason I'm single is because of dumb fucking bitches. It's the only reason I'm single. It's the only reason I'm fucking single under house is because of dumb fucking bitches. My luck might change. It may not. I have no problem fucking hookers every week because they got more of a brain than women that you'll put into your home. Good thing is you can bring escorts into your home too, and they'll fucking rock your world more than any fucking part. But anyway, but I'm digressing. That's a podcast for another time. Beards are awesome. Beards are absolutely fucking awesome, Andreas. The problem is, though, my beard, and I could grow quite a beard, but mate, it's not the beard that you want to grow. I see so many men with awesome fucking beards. And beards are so popular. Ew, they are so popular. More than anything else. And a lot of chicks do in fact dig them. Even guys envy a great fucking beard on another bloke. I fucking love them. I fucking love them to death. I wish I could grow a beard like that. My beard, Andreas, is very scruffy, rough and curly. My beard looks like carpet, and not the very expensive $1,500 carpet that you'll buy. It's nice and soft. No. My beard is the $20 scruffy, crappy, rough as fuck carpet that you get from a fucking op shop. And it's frustrating, to say the least. Frustrating is the understatement of the year. I haven't tried conditioners, I haven't tried oils. I'm going to now, after this podcast. It hopes I can do something really awesome with it, because I want to grow it out, Andreas. I really want to grow it out. And I've grown it out a fair bit, not too long, but enough where people are like, dude, you know they sell razors. I've never been able to pull it off, the great beard look. I've never been able to pull it off, and it's very frustrating. It really is. It's extremely fucking frustrating, because I've got serious fucking hair growth on my fucking face. And I can't do anything with it. I see so many guys that have great fucking beards, and it's nice and it's straight and it's down. Apparently everyone's beards get curly. I don't know if that's true. But these beards are straight as fuck and they're going down. I don't know if they groom them that way or if they're naturally like that, but they look magnificent under ours. And I envy that. Very rarely in my entire life do I get jealous. And the things I do get jealous over, are very trivial and they're not serious. I'm not a jealous person by nature. I'm just not like that. But I still have that trait. We all do. And I get jealous very few times in my life. And one of the times I get so fucking jealous is when I see a great fucking beard that I know that I'm perfectly capable of growing out, but it doesn't look the way his does. You'll never know how frustrating that is. Or maybe you do, considering you've got one as well. And you've obviously learned how the game works. I haven't. I should take a fucking note or 10 after this podcast. So yeah, beards are great. Definitely for them. I know a lot of chicks that are for them. And it's just a badass look as well. It's such a nice, rough look. Not literally rough. It's very nice and smooth and awesome, but it comes across rough and badass. And chicks fucking dig it. Chicks with a fucking brain dig it. It's just a great fucking look. It really is. I would imagine it was a lot more mainstream back in the day for people to have beards. Who knows, maybe because they didn't have really good razors apart from the cutthroat ones, where if you don't know what the fuck you're doing, you're gonna be in a lot of trouble. You'll be seeing a lot of red. Now, electric shavers, that you can just use, dip them in the water, and they've got so many great razors you can use. And electric ones are through the roof. But yeah, beards are fucking awesome. And they even sell specific trimmers for beards where you can trim the sides and let the middle part grow and the sides of the middle part grow, and trim in the sides how it goes right up to your head. Make it nice. I know how to do all that. It just doesn't come out that way. Hey man, different people have different hairs. That's what it comes down to. But then again, they say every beard comes out curly and scruffy. Apparently they maintain it, Andreas. I don't know. But after this podcast, I've got a lot to fucking find out about beards. They're awesome. They're absolutely awesome. And the tats, as I was saying, look man, I don't give a fuck what people think, all right? But I do want to come across presentable in society's eyes, because we live in society. We're not, cooped up in our rooms, and never leave our house. We have to blend with society. So I try my best, and I'm an advocate for always being yourself no matter what. That said, however, if it is bothering you a bit, you have to try and blend in. So there's always going to be a certain percentage out there, and I would imagine the minority, that are going to look at you and think, I couldn't give a fuck. However, say I meet a lovely woman, and I go to that woman's parents' house for dinner. If they're going to see tattoos coming all the way down, right up to my hand, even on my hand, they're going to think, holy moly. They might not think I'm a fucking, convict, someone that just got out of jail, but who knows what they, might think. So I've made it a rule to never go below my upper arms. Stick to my upper arms, never go below. So on my forearms, completely clean, hands, completely clean. I never got hand tattoos or even finger tattoos. I don't get it. I don't even get neck tattoos. I don't really get them. Upper arms is a great place to put them, because if you ever want to, hide them, for whatever reason, maybe you just don't feel like showing them. What, does it have to be because of them? Well, it can't be because of you. You can cover them up. Long sleeves in winter, in spring, you can wear long sleeves, and if it's a bit warm, you can pull up those long sleeves, up to your elbow. In summer, it's a little bit more tricky, but it can be done. But really, you don't get tattoos in the first place if you want to go out of your way to hide them. But having them on my upper arms means I've got more leeway for, not showing them. In summer, yeah, it's really fucking tricky unless you get a very long style collared shirt, which covers the upper arms pretty much, and you can barely see a thing. People might notice there's something there, could just be your hair. You can disguise it well. Sometimes, summer shirts, short sleeve, collared ones, can go, quite a bit down where the people can't even tell what's above the forearms. There's ways around it, but you can't just wear a polo shirt in summer and not see your fucking tats, or just wear, like a regular shirt where your arms are sticking out. But yeah, my biggest concern, and it's a real concern, is going through TSA, traveling through America, especially America, and other places, but America, They take one look at you with tats and they think you're coming from Mexico or you're coming from some area of the hood or you're a part of some, fucking mobster gang. I always, any airport that I go to, and this is my rule, I'm not saying everyone has to do it, but I've seen people that don't do it and they get pulled up straight away. And you get people going through your bag with metal detectors and fucking dogs sniffing it. That's just how it is, Andreas. Yeah. They'll search you. They'll think you're up to no good. Every time I go to an airport, I always wear long sleeves so I can cover my tats because I don't want to give unwanted attention to anybody. I just do that as a golden rule. I've got a lot of these golden rules that I do just to make my life fucking easier, because as smart as you expect people to be, not everyone is going to be smart. In fact, it's a proven statistic that most people are fucking stupid. So I just go out of my way. A few times a year when I travel, by plane. Most times I'm on the road traveling by bus because I'm not a fan of flying. But, a few times, that I travel with a plane, that's what I do. And it's worked wonders for me. I see people next to me get put into the short, aisle to get searched and they got tats. I've got more tats than them and I'm going straight through. So, yeah. So I think tats are classy now, and I think beards are classy. But I also think that it's the way that we go about having tats and having a beard. We can groom a beard to make it look really nice, and we can put tats in certain places where they can be hidden if need be, and you don't have an issue. A woman can go somewhere, see people, she's got both her nipples pierced, no one knows. Hey, how are you? Oh, hey, yeah, oh, yeah, I've been good. Have you been good? Oh, yeah. Then you get a woman coming with a nose ring or a lip ring, even quite a few earrings that might look a bit, aside from the normal ones, they've got ones that are a bit, and they're going to cop greasies. They're going to cop gossip behind their backs. People are going to look at them and talk about them like they're very trashy. The woman with the nipple piercings, she's fucking awesome. She's a fucking goddess. She's brilliant. She's awesome. She's great. Nothing wrong with her. You get a guy going and meeting up, with people to say hello, greet them, get to see them. And his entire back is covered. His entire back. Nothing on his arms, nothing on his legs. On his back. The one place, his entire back, that's his canvas. Nobody knows. Yeah, he's a gentleman. He's a nice lad. Oh, hey, you're so good. Oh, you would be so nice for my daughter. And you get a guy coming in, tats on his arms. That's it, just tats on his arms. You can have one or two. Oh, I don't like this guy. Yeah. It's all about being smart. That's what it is, Andreas. That's all it is. It's all about being smart. Chadston has gone insane tonight. You cannot have an opinion. You cannot express an opinion. These nice girls can have nerds. These nice girls can have cavemen like me. These nice girls can have bikers. These nice girls can have church boys. These nice girls can have anyone they want, Daniel. You have to live with a person before you marry them.
You don't offend me with horse shit, I don't offend you with fact.